Hi, welcome to Polyphonic Press. I'm Jeremy Boyd.
I'm John Van Dyke.
And today we're going to be talking about skipping songs and why you shouldn't do it. Here we go. All right, so we found this article on basically how the world of music has changed into almost a ADD sort of situation where most people now, because technology, technology allows them to skip songs. Really started when CDs came about in the mid '80s, when they started being available for consumers, where you could actually skip to a particular song that you wanted to listen to without moving the needle on a record player or using the fast forward and rewind on cassette. And you know, really, this is what people have always wanted to do. It's just that the technology hasn't allowed them to do it. But now, since we've lived with it for almost 30 years, you know, the people who were born after that have sort of always had the capability of skipping songs. And so now it's gotten so bad that people are listening to the first 5 or 10 seconds of a song before finishing the rest of the song. That's how short people's attention spans have gotten. And I just found it really fascinating that's where we're at in this culture of music. Is people are willing to skip through a whole bunch of songs and just sort of not even finish the song that they're listening to.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, anybody who's... Well, I know a lot of people who used to do that even with record players. Because when they were learning a song, I know a lot of musicians, so that's just what you do. You tend to replay a certain song but you still, you listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you're trying to learn the song, or you just really love that song for some reason. And yeah, I knew lots of people who would actually place it on the record where they got really good at it.
Yeah.
Picking where it was. And the article did say how for definitely most people it was just difficult to get up.
Yeah.
And having to keep selecting the songs, you have to flip it over, and I don't know, it never bothered me. Hell, I used to do it with cassettes.
Yeah.
I would actually okay, there's the one.
Yeah, we used to do that too when I had like a cassette player. When I wanted to find the song that I wanted to listen to, I'd fast forward and rewind to try to find it. And you would go too far, and it would be in the middle of the song. You had to go back and all that. And I've actually found that recently I've started to listen to whole albums.
Yes.
Whereas before, when I would listen to my iPod on just walking around, going for a walk, or even on my computer, I found that I'm recently listening to whole albums where before I would just kind of put the songs on shuffle. And so I've actually done the opposite of what people
tend to do.
We
never went with the flow.
You know, I've actually started listening to whole albums instead of just skipping songs. And I'm guilty of skipping songs too. I mean, I've done it before. Well, I'll pause in the middle of a song to read an article or watch a YouTube video or something like that. I do that too.
That's a little different too. But that's when something comes up and you realize, oh, well, I better shut off my music so this can play. But I have a tendency... I like to make sure that if I wind up with an album, I at least listen to it.
Yeah.
All the way through, a couple times to get it.
Yeah.
But yes, it will come to a point quite often I'll go, wow, I really like that song, I really like that song and that song, and I will play those specific songs.
Right.
In whatever order I happen to choose, maybe order of preference, the order that they appear. But even then, I will often just put on the album because I don't always want to be sitting by the machine pressing buttons.
Yeah. And
but
you'll listen
even
through
if
the
it
songs
is largely convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know I understand why. The one thing that was interesting in the article is they said that it's happening with more with songs that people like or popular songs. which I thought was kind of interesting.
I found that interesting.
And
It wouldn't have surprised me if it was popular albums. Well, okay, popular artists or something like that, where you find people tend to. But I thought it was very interesting that it was actually the songs themselves, the popular songs themselves.
The songs, and it was not only the songs themselves, but it's people are skipping the songs that they like.
I know,
Which is
or just playing a certain part of it, and then okay, now next on to the next one.
Yeah.
Because yes, it's a serious attention span thing, and
the other thing too
bizarre.
is if you have a whole, like, this is mostly being tracked on like streaming services like Spotify, but even iTunes, I have about maybe 20,000 songs in my iTunes, and when you have that large of a library at your disposal, and you have you have your player on shuffle, it's really tempting to hit next and see what the next song is going to be. You know, it's really
It quite often
because
is.
curiosity
depends
gets
on how
you.
much I'm enjoying the song that's playing now.
Oh yeah. But it is tempting to go see what the next song is going to be if you have it on shuffle.
Yep.
So I've done that before, and I understand what this is. It's just an interesting look at where we are in our culture as far as music
It's
goes.
a really weird reprogramming of the human brain.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think. Do you guys listen to whole albums? Do you skip songs? Are you guilty of this like we are? How bad is it for you? Let us know down in the comments. Be sure to subscribe so you know when we post new videos. You can check us out on Twitter and Facebook. You can support us on Patreon and follow John on Twitter at Funky Dutch and the website polyphonicpress.com. I think that's about it. I'm Jeremy Boyd.
I'm John Van Dyke.
Take it easy.